With so many AI tools out there, it can be overwhelming trying to find the one that you'll love the most. How do you know which one tells the most captivating stories in 2024? Well, that's what we're here to discover today. I'm going to break down the strengths and weaknesses of each AI storyteller, ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one suits your creative needs best. Oh, and did you know that these AI tools are good for more than just writing? There are all sorts of creative ways to play with AI, and at the end of this video, I'll tell you all about that. But for now, let's get down to storytelling. I've got another YouTube channel that I've been creating by experimenting with all sorts of AI tools. It's called Bedtime Rhymes, and it's full of fun songs and bedtime stories for kids. The first step I take to create each of these videos is generating a rough draft of the script with AI. Sometimes I generate original stories, but other times I like to use some classic fairy tales and fables from my favorite public domain resource, Gutenberg. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to do a retelling of Dummling and the Three Feathers, and we're going to use the same prompt in all three apps. Here's what I prompted. Please convert the attached story into fun, rhyming verses. The rhyme scheme should be AABB. Keep it under 4,444 characters. Use simple, conversational language with short and direct sentences. Use active voice. Don't use hyperbolic language. Boring is best when it comes to word choice. Write at a 4th grade reading level or lower. Make it silly. Conclude the story with a couple lines about how Dummling dropped the dumb and now goes by Ling, King Ling. That's exactly what I wrote to ChatGPT and Claude. It was slightly different with Gemini since I couldn't attach the file and had to copy and paste it into the prompt box. But aside from that first sentence, the prompt was the same. And feel free to pause the video if you want to read each story in full. But I'm going to give you the bullet points as I scroll through. We're going to see how each AI poet did at following the instructions in the prompt. So let's break it down, starting with ChatGPT. Does it rhyme? Yes, 100%. And it followed the AABB rhyme scheme, too. How many characters was it? ChatGPT's story came in at about 2,500 characters, 2,496 to be exact. ChatGPT's story came in at a 3rd grade reading level. How did ChatGPT do with writing in the active voice? It did pretty well, but there were still some instances of passive voice that I had to highlight for revisions later. And was it silly? Yeah. Especially at the end. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't hilarious, but it made me chuckle at the end. Claude's results broke down like this. Did it rhyme? Yeah, mostly. And it did mostly follow the AABB rhyme scheme. Claude's story came in at 2,059 characters. And it was ranked at a 2nd grade reading level. Did it use simple language in an active voice? Yeah, mostly, but I still found some passive voice that had to be edited out. Was Claude's story silly? A little bit. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. Let's see how Gemini did. Did it rhyme? Yeah, mostly. And again, it mostly followed the AABB rhyme scheme. Gemini's story came in at 2,128 characters. The reading level for Gemini's story was a 4th grade reading level. Did it use simple language, an active voice? Not really. This story had the most passive voice out of all 3 stories, and the longest sentences. Was Gemini's story silly? A little. Not much sillier than Claude's, though, so I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5 stars, too. Alright, so now let's compare those results side by side. Only ChatGPT came away with 100% rhyming accuracy. Way to go, Chat. Though Gemini's rhyming skills weren't too bad at 95%. Claude's the poet who struggled the most in this area, coming in at 89% rhyming accuracy. I didn't ask for a specific word count or character count, but I did specify that it be under 4,444 characters. I have a thing for angel numbers if you couldn't tell. All 3 of our AI storytellers were able to complete the task in between 2,000 to 2,500 characters. ChatGPT's story was the lengthiest, at 2,496, and Claude's was the shortest, with 2,059 characters. Gemini didn't have many more words, clocking in at 2,128 characters. I asked for a 4th grade reading level, and this was the hardest thing for me to verify for this video. It seems like reading level tests are kind of all over the map. I used a website called readabilityformulas.com, and there were 8 different reading level formulas available there. I have no idea what's the most commonly used or standard formula, so I just used all of them. The results for ChatGPT ranged from 1st to 4th grade, but 3 out of 8 of the tests agreed that this story is at the 3rd grade reading level. Claude's story got results ranging from kindergarten to 4th grade, and 3 out of 8 of the results were labeled at a 2nd grade level. Gemini's reading levels ranged from 3rd to 6th grade, but 4 out of 8 of the formulas settled on 4th grade. So I'm going to say that Gemini wins this round of the prompt adherence test. In all fairness, I did ask for 4th grade or lower, so they all technically complied with the prompt. But I like that Gemini hit that level spot on. Now, I'm not a professional editor, so there may be some things I'm missing in the active voice assessment. You'll see the errors I caught in more detail next. But from what I was able to catch, there were only slight differences between the 3 tools. Claude took this round at 97% accuracy, but Chat was right behind at 96%, and Gemini was just a smidge behind that at 95% accuracy. The last gauge of how well these AI writers followed my instructions was how silly the script came out. Of course, this is straight-up subjective opinion, but I'm going with ChatGPT on this one. I didn't have a strong opinion either way about Claude versus Gemini, so I gave them the same slightly silly score. So, who wins overall? Well, we'll get to that at the end, so just hold your horses. But first, let's look at how well each of our AI authors handle editing. In all honesty, I prefer to edit my texts manually. So I did things a little unconventionally at first, just to see how it'd work out. I created a Google Doc for each of these stories, and highlighted the sections I wanted revised. I color coordinated them, too, for easy reference. Then I asked each AI tool to edit the text according to the instructions and highlighted text. The instructions I gave were: all highlighted text needs to be revised. Yellow highlights are passive voice. Red highlights are awkward phrasing. Orange highlights are both passive voice and awkward phrasing. Green highlights are grammar corrections. And pink highlights are words that don't rhyme or don't follow the AABB rhyme scheme. If you need to alter a word or line elsewhere, outside of the highlighted text, to keep the rhyme scheme, that's okay too. As you can see from my slow scroll through ChatGPT's story, there were mostly awkward phrasing issues that needed to be corrected. There were a couple passive voice instances I found, but the only grammar error was not putting quotes around a bit of dialogue. When I asked ChatGPT to correct the story in this way, it only corrected some of the highlighted text, not all of it. I'll go over another way to edit with ChatGPT using version 4.0 with Canvas in just a minute, but first I wanted to see how Claude and Gemini would handle my highlighted document. I exported and then uploaded a PDF to Claude since it doesn't connect to Google Drive the way that ChatGPT does. Although it did correct nearly all of the issues on the first try, it also rewrote the entire story, which wasn't what I wanted, and it just created more problems that I'd have to edit further. When I asked it to try again, making sure to leave any unhighlighted text alone, then it did just as well, or just as poorly, I should say, as ChatGPT did, only editing a few of the revision requests. I was unable to even attempt this method of editing with Gemini because, surprisingly, this Google tool doesn't play very well with Google Drive or Google Docs. It connected me to Google Drive, and I agreed to the connection with a pop-up window, but then it just pulled up what it thought was the right file. Since I have 4 versions of this story, it did find a relevant document, but it wasn't the one I wanted to edit. And I couldn't see any way to select a new file. And then when I asked Gemini for help, it didn't seem to know what I was talking about, so I gave up. But as I mentioned before, there are ways to request edits within each of these tools. In ChatGPT, I was able to get the revisions I was looking for by editing right inside the app. You just have to make sure you're working in the Canvas version of the model. I knew this, but I generated the story outside of Canvas accidentally. So in order to use the editing functionality, I had to open up a new chat and copy and paste the story inside. Then I just highlighted the section I wanted to change and typed in the instructions. This worked really well for every edit I tried, but honestly, unless I'm changing more than a few words, it's just faster for me to make the edits myself rather than type in the same instructions over and over again. Claude has a similar editing process. You just highlight the text and make your revision request. Though it was kind of annoying that it kept truncating the rest of the story. I asked it why, and it brought it back for one edit, but then it just continued shortening the text. Also, similar to ChatGPT's interface, all of the edits are recorded in the main chat window on the left-hand side of the screen, which I think is useful. I was surprised to discover that Gemini also has editing features like this. There's no separate window or workspace like there is in the other 2 AI tools, but if you highlight any bit of text, you can type revision requests right here in the main window. Out of all 3 of these platforms, however, I prefer the ease and flow of ChatGPT's interface. And in all my fiddling around, I never had to ask ChatGPT to fix something twice. All in all, and I may be biased here, being a paid customer of the winning AI app, but ChatGPT is just my go-to when it comes to crafting these types of stories for my kids' channel. I do occasionally pop into Claude and Gemini when I'm not happy with what ChatGPT gives me, but more often than not, Chat gives me exactly what I'm looking for. The most awesome feature that ChatGPT has to offer may be why I tend to favor its output over Claude and Gemini's writing. ChatGPT has memory, meaning it remembers my preferences as I correct it and continue to use it. For example, I don't have to remind it about either of my YouTube channels and what the content's about in every new chat. It just knows. And as you can see from my inquiry of both Claude and Gemini, well, they both admit to their own forgetfulness. So maybe if I was a brand new ChatGPT user and it had no memory of my preferences, Claude and Gemini might have been able to win me over. But for now, I am happiest with OpenAI's ChatGPT. And so you know, we've just gotten started creating this story about Dumbling transformation to King Ling. So if you want to see how I use ChatGPT to create consistent characters and images next, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. While I'm busy working on the next installment of this storytelling series, you can keep on learning. Like I told you in the beginning of this video, I use ChatGPT for way more than just writing. So if you're interested in learning 7 unique ways to play with ChatGPT, make sure you watch this video next.